everybody. We're back. My next guest tonight is an actor and a comedian who has appeared in numerous films, including The Usual Suspects and A Few Good Men. Now you can see him with Bruce Willis in Hostage. Please welcome Kevin Pollak.
Oh, please be seated. That's too kind.
I saw no one stand. I'm just telling you.
Why would you say that? That's crazy.
I won't have lying. I just won't have it here.
All right.
But, of course, we're all happy to see you. You look great, by the way.
Why, thank you. Do you like the hat?
I like the hat. I think the hat's very nice.
Thank you.
I can't get away with a hat like that.
Well, you know, you have to have the hat face. And I went into this little shop, this great little place, J. Cost, I think it was. They had this great little hat. This one by itself in the hip-hop Hebrew section.
yeah. I hang out there often,
and I said, I gotta have it. Yeah.
See, I wear a hat like that, and I look like a perky cub reporter. That's the problem. I'm like, gee, Mr. Kent, we can do it. You can pull it off better than I can.
But I love that voice.
Well, that's my real voice. This is the affected one, yeah. Now, I want to talk to you about something that caught my attention.
Yeah.
Recently, there was the Grauman's Chinese ceremony that it's legendary.
Oh, yeah.
Where they get someone, a famous actor, legendary actor, to put the hands in the cement in front of Grauman's.
Hands and feet and signature in the cement, yeah.
So they're going to honor Chris Walken.
Yes, they did.
Famous, great Chris Walken. And Chris Walken... Yes. And Chris Walken asks you to be the guy who speaks.
Well, there were only two people invited, and I was so thrilled. Quentin Tarantino was the other one, and he, of course, directed Walken in Pulp Fiction.
Right.
And I'm thrilled to be invited, and then thought, I don't know him.
You don't know him? Do you have any connection?
This is a little weird.
Do you have any connection to him?
And then I realized how far down the list you have to get before you get to the guy who does a Walken impersonation.
That's why you got invited, you think?
Yeah, because, well, yeah, I've done it on your show, and I thought, you know, he'd seen it, and...
And he just said, get me Kevin Pollak, I want him there.
But, I mean, the list has got to be like family, friends, showbiz friends, colleagues, and then way down... just below a guy who has Christopher Walken pajamas would be me.
Right.
And so I go there, and there's the holding area, you know, and
Did you get to talk to him beforehand?
Yeah, and so he's standing there, and I walk up, and he says, "Hey, how you doing? They told me you'd be here. Thanks."
Warms my soul.
I don't know what to say.
Sure.
You know, and I'm just standing there. I said, "This is a great honor for you, Mr. Walken. You know, you must be very, very proud." My mother, God bless him, she would be proud. Waited a whole life for a moment like this, but I'm afraid to call her because I think it would kill her. She's 96. I call her now. She's dead. And so I'm just standing there going, what do I say to that? So I have nothing, and I'm just standing there. And finally he goes, "Cement, crazy."
Yeah. You know? Cement is crazy. It still makes more sense than my conversation with Schwarzenegger about coffee.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So we did the ceremony, and I did the Walken impression, you know, at the ceremony, because I figured that was why I was there. And to see him laughing out of the corner of my eye, bent over, that was the thrill of a lifetime.
That's great, sure, yeah. Now, how old were you when you started doing impressions, when you knew that this is something you wanted to do?
Really young, yeah. I mean, I can remember my mom taking me to some department store at Christmas time. There was a Santa Claus, you know, and so I'm waiting online, and lines taking forever. By the time I got up to my turn, I had Santa down, you know.
Right.
So I sit in his lap, and he says, "Ho, ho, ho, what would you like, little fella?" And I said, "Ho, ho, ho, I'm Jewish."
How did that go over? Did he like that?
He said, "Ho, ho, there's the exit." You know?
Get the hell out of here. Yeah. Now let's talk about Hostage. You've worked with Bruce Willis before?
This is the third film we've done together. I did not realize I was his bitch.
Yeah.
But I meant we're like Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you meant. We'll edit that. And he was fun to work with. You know,
he's amazing.
You know, a couple of us went and saw the movie the other night, and there's just it's a very intense movie. There's a lot of great action in this movie. I think the direction, the look of the movie is very
great
cool.
style, yeah.
You are unconscious most of the movie.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying you're unconscious most of the movie.
Oh,
were
I
you
see.
flipping through script pages when you were there, like, I'm unconscious, I'm still unconscious, I'm still unconscious, and I'm still unconscious?
All I'm thinking is I'm going through about 45 pages where
Right.
I'm just out.
Right, right.
You know, first 20 minutes, good, knocked unconscious, bad.
Oh, and then later on,
Very important,
there's
yes.
some cool stuff happens,
But I'm reading it thinking, you know, my closest friends I've known for 30 years, the guys I really love that I'm still close to, will never stop busting my balls about this.
Right.
That I finally get second billing to the likes of a Bruce Willis, and I'm knocked out for 45 minutes.
And not even a cool way. You hit your head on a medicine cabinet, out.
Oh, it had nothing to do with the plot. Exactly.
Yeah,
I was in
yeah.
the bathroom. Donk.
So have you ever had an experience like that where you've
Well,
been? I mean, was there any? How do you train for being unconscious for 45 minutes?
You don't. You can't. You take naps. Doesn't work.
Right.
And then I went out a couple of nights with Bruce, and that seemed to help.
That's good. Yeah, don't say that to his
the truth
face.
is, it's a weird part. And in the end, you know, because I got to be a hostage. I have nothing in my personal life to draw on.
You've never been a hostage before.
A hostage. I mean, once I was, you know, on a flight from LA to New York, sitting next to Larry King. That was similar.
That's the closest thing.
And he kept pointing out the window, you know, Cleveland, hello. Cincinnati, there you are.
Missoula Falls. It's hard for him. He can't sleep. He's got to keep pointing.
For 5 hours.
It's very hard to be Larry King. Well, we have a clip here. It's a complicated movie. We had Bruce Willis here last night, and
He was so funny.
we went to set up a clip, and it's hard to set up these clips because it's
a lot of twists and turns. You hear Hostage, you hear Bruce Willis, you think everything's going to be fine. But I'm so proud of this film, and and there are at least a half dozen surprises that you go, well, I did not see that coming.
Right.
And this scene is me and my son. The beginning of the film, before I'm knocked out. It's very important to establish the family. There's a big family theme throughout the film. So I'm on the phone. We're not sure if I'm a good guy or bad guy, and then my son interrupts.
All right, let's take a look at this clip from Hostage.
Done.
Wow, that's hard to go from a domesticated guy who's up to some...
Yes. Is he good or bad?
That's a hard turn to do as an actor. Go to your room and have your peanut butter. And now I must get the coon. That's very hard. It's hard to go. It's very hard to encompass.
It's not easy. No,
it's not easy. Now, you've been on the show many times, many times, and you've always been a good sport because I always ask you for my favorite impression of all time is your William Shatner impression. But I realize I've asked every time you've been on, and it's rude, and I really cannot ask again. But I understand Max has something he wants to ask you.
Yeah, I do, Kevin. Can you do your Shatner impression for me?
I can't believe you said that.
It always makes me happy. It always makes me happy. It's
What's
all
that you got over there?
Oh, what is this? That's funny that you just mentioned this. I was about to plug this, but now I won't. No. Hostage is in theaters now, and look for Kevin's new comedy CD, A Little Off the Top, which is available right now. Kevin Pollak.
Yeah, thank you.
Always great. We'll be right back. Death from Above, 1979. That's the name of the band.